This is what every Hearts of Iron 4 player needs to know. You. I'm talking about you. Particularly if you're newer at the game. The easiest way to go from a minor power to a major is to knock out another major power. But how, Dave? As a minor power, how do I defeat a big daddy nation? Well, the best example is, say, France. Power drop on top, take out Paris, surrender nice and easy. Get one of the biggest navies in the game. However, the most popular and most fun way of knocking out a major power is to play as Yugoslavia and knock out Italy with a famous exploit. Hey, if you don't know me, I am FeedBackGaming, and I play games in unconventional ways by showing you the one-port encirclement glitch. Yes, I've done this one before, but it's mighty fun. And with the new mechanics of the game, you should be able to have a way of finding this and doing this more effectively than you've ever done before. Let's go for maintenance companies. Let's go for artillery. And let us also go for basic machine tools. Yeah, that does seem like the reverse order, doesn't it? It is opposite day. Time to make a mill inside of Serbia. Time to delete the entirety of my army apart from one division. Exercise. You have an air force, but does it really matter? Probably not. Now, the quickest way of changing ideology is to go down the fascist path. Let's do Western focus for the PP. On extra military factory, we'll go for a bit of artillery. And then we'll make convoys. Do we need convoys? No, we don't. But we've got that naval dockyard, so we might as well use it. 5 speed. Off we go. A bit of old equipment here that I could sell. I don't need any of this. Sell it all. Oh, and Iran will buy it. And Turkey. Okay, we get the idea. Auto accept. This gives economic capacity surplus, which gives a construction bonus, which is pretty useful because then we get to build a little bit extra on the mills. Okay, Western focus is done. Now we need to go for an advisor. And the one we need to go for is the fascist demagogue. This gives ticking XP towards fascism, and we need 10 support to fire a civil war. And this will also unlock the ability to fire the civil war. What we're doing now is not selecting a national focus. This gives a bonus to political power. Extra mill has been complete. We're going to need the guns. You get to go for open political discourse, which unlocks this option. Prepare for a civil war. 50 political power. Need the firepower early on, so go for all your support weapons. Earlier than usual. 50 political power. Ignite a civil war. Need to delete your one division. Oh, and this will ignite the civil war, so we need an extra 50 political power. I think I've clicked those in the wrong order. Oh, well. Slight delay, boys. Just a slight one. We'll get where we want to go, trust me. 50 political power. Ignite a civil war. The nation is divided. We're now going to train a bunch of horses. 6 of them will do. And then deploy them in relevant places to end the civil war. Yeah, we need mills really badly, so get those mills in. We're not going to select a focus because we want to declare war on Italy immediately. And we need to do that. We need another 10 political power. It's easy to do because we have a core on this state. Boom. Retake core state of Zara. 120 days. At the very same time, we're going to get the armies trained. And at the very same time as well, we're going to be selecting a bunch of focuses. I think we're going to go for some industry. Boom. 1 division here. 1 division here. Another one here. And another one here. Yeah. I've heard you. Ooh, this is cheating, Dave. Yeah, it is. Welcome to the unconventional way of playing Hearts of Iron 4. So what I do is I right-click and just basically send them across all this territory. There we go. 5 speed. Will they deploy division in time? No! And they've been capped. And then we are justifying on Italy. We have flipped to fascism at record speed. And that means now we get access to, well, the ability to engage in war at record speed, I guess. Don't delete these divisions because they've got citations which you can use if you want to. Will I use them? No, I won't. But, you know, it's nice to have, I guess. All right, select to the main infantry. And this is actually a decent division. Apart from the engineer, the rest of it's actually really good. The reason I'm not a big fan of engineers in this scenario is engineers are quite expensive. They're not a cheap support company. They add a substantial amount of production to the division. So to remove this, it will reduce the production cost of the division by 125, which is about not a third, quarter of the cost of the division. But its size, that's quite substantial. So don't dismiss. Okay. All right. All the boys are here. Convert to infantry. Move towards the capital. Exercise to level 3. And then we're good to go. Remember, we are going to replace the engineer with maintenance because we want to steal equipment. So if you're not aware, maintenance companies' up reliability mean less equipment losses and also a chance whenever equipment is lost to like maintain it, recover it, and repair it and put it back into the field. So 2 things, less attrition, so less equipment loss, and then 2, a magical chance to repair an item and bring it back. That also applies to enemy losses as well, particularly if you encircle their divisions. And then it has a magical 3rd ability, which if we look really closely, there we go. Equipment capture ratio. meaning all equipment that we capture from the enemy will then put into our stockpile. 5% is very low. Not very good to begin with, but it will get better, trust me. All right, General and Field Marshal. Exercise to level 3 and keep an eye on the production. What really sucks about this is you need a lot of excess production at the very beginning of this war because you are going to be against a major power. I mean, that's the whole purpose of this video. You are very small, very minor, very inconvenient to, well, the majors, I guess. Yugoslavia being a speed bump. And in this situation, you need to be powerful enough just to hold back the Italians for a very brief period of time. And that time will allow us to steal enough equipment for us to become more powerful than them. It's a bit of a slow, grindy process, but it's worth the payoff, okay? Okay, next thing we're going to do is make friends with the Italians, which seems counterproductive. Seeing what we were about to do. Yes, yeah, that's one. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, like I'm going to throw up now. Okay, we train another division, and that'll give us a bit of a gauge of how much equipment production we're working on. You can see right now it's guns that we're vastly behind with. We're playing big catch-up. Myos. This is one of those instances where I actually favor production and also favor reliability. It's usually the opposite of what I prefer. But we'll still go for all the bonuses, but we'll do them in reverse order. Production and reliability first, followed by raw stats. Friendship with the Italians. Wink, wink. Track Axis Capital. Production efficiency plus 10% is amazing for production output. That's really big. At the same time, we need to import weapons. So let's do that immediately. Deploy division. Off you go. You are against the clock here because you need to take out the Italians before they join the Axis, because then you're going to be against the Germans, which is not going to be good for you. Zara and the justification is complete. I'm going to say we're going to need at least 8 divisions on this front and at least 1, 2, 3, 4 divisions on this front. So we're going to have to go for 1, 2, 3, 4. No lie, this front is going to be very thin to begin with. We desperately need guns and we need a lot of support equipment too. The artillery is not too bad though. This is a core war goal, meaning it has no expiry date. See this war goal, retake, and it doesn't have a date on it, meaning this war goal lasts forever. Kind of a bit of an old exploit from the old days of Hoi, where claims and cores actually mean something. Anyway, army defense, ticking, army XP, crucial. Plus, we need to fix some of the problems with our country internally, because if we go to war, we're going to have 0% stability, meaning our production shuts down to nothing. Also, time to switch the engineers for the maintenance. Oh, no, that's not it. There we go. So this gives reliability boost, meaning our equipment will last longer and take less losses in combat. We'll have a minus, very small chance to recover equipment that has been damaged from our end, and we also have a chance to capture enemy equipment. So, in a roundabout kind of way, this kind of pays off for itself in the long run. And as a major power, if you've got a lot of production, I kind of see this as kind of useless, but as a minor power in this specific scenario, it's pretty good. Attract Axis Capital. Evolution. Which means we lose stability. Why? Now, I believe there is an exploit to this to try and get around the Italians, but it involves releasing territory. I think what you'd have to do is release Slovenia. Yeah, okay. How about a eureka moment? We release Slovenia, and that means the front with the Italians is a much more narrower. Yes. Plus, this also means we don't lose as much stability when we progress down our focus tree. All right. These are good stats. These are pretty good. We need radio just for the reinforce rate. Once again, we're getting to the point now we can hold our own. Realize we need 4 left, and then we deploy them. Yay! Now I believe we don't need as many divisions, so I actually feel more confident now to hold this front. This is why, as YouTubers, they do practice runs. Practicing? What's that? In this case, we'll deploy another 2 divisions, and the 4 divisions are going to hold here. The only downside we could possibly run into is that they do a naval invasion and grab one of these 2 ports. If they do, well, kiss your ass goodbye because you're done for. Deploy these 2 divisions immediately, then we can start actually properly preparing. The exploit is coming, boys, so hold on to your butts. It's coming. Next one we're going to do is we are going to go for dissolve the Banat of Serbia, which releases Kosovo, Montenegro, and Macedonia. But we lose our extra planning bonus. We're not going to be using that planning bonus anyway. I think I'm actually going to do a local militia for the 2% recruitable. It's one of those moments of like, well, what am I going to take most advantage of when it comes to stats? So select those ones to what is relevant to what I'm currently doing. All right, that's all the divisions in place. You go here. These Shunars are playing catch up on the guns. I'm going to give it just maybe an extra month. Be aware as well, Albania could become an issue. So this one is going to be super useful because this will encircle Albania. So Macedonia, Kosovo, and Montenegro. Montenegro. Kosovo, and Macedonia. So that actually does encircle the south. So once again, creates a little bit of another exploited situation where a front line is cut off, but therefore it makes it a little bit easier to hold. I'm going to drop 2 forts here too, because I'm a bit nervous about how well I can hold that. We'll drop 3 actually. The first 2 or 3 are kind of pretty much free. We're going to go for the production too. Hand on heart, I think I'm a little bit behind here. Radio is coming up. Okay, I'm feeling more secure about what's going on now. And once this has been completed, it means that the penalty to political power has been removed, so we can go for war economy, which is going to be, well, at a discount, you could say. Not free, but at a discount. Another 20 days. Stop exercising to build entrenchment and org. And 1. War economy. See, it's been encircled now, Albania. So the only real front I need to worry about is a naval invasion into Croatia. Declare war on the Italians. That's right, we are a minor power that's intentionally balkanized ourselves, but they are our puppets, so they do contribute most of their economy into us anyway. But I've never actually seen them before with fascist names. Oh my god, that flag looks pretty scary. Oh, then again, the autonomous region of Kosovo. Based. In the meantime, we're going to work towards some more industry focuses. What we do with the planes is put them here and put them on interception. This will minimize losses, mean they'll only fly in the event they'll engage enemy planes on bombing runs, not to dominate the air. All right, the first thing you're going to do is we're going to delete this front line here. You're going to hit Control on your keyboard and right-click. And what this is, it's an attack order, but a non-advance attack order, meaning when victory is secured in this region, it will not move forward because we need the AI to hold on to this province to milk them. Remember, this is the milky game, boys. Can we get milky in the comment section? And here we go. The push has begun, and we are winning. As you can see here, they're suffering from the encirclement penalty. I'll be honest with you, this penalty is brutal. To say that it's a port that they're facing, their own port, I don't know about you, but I feel this encirclement penalty needs to be less if you're encircled inside of your own port. Anyway, as they push forward, they are victorious. And what has just happened there? That's right. They have won, but they have not advanced. So what the AI is thinking right now is, oh, this port is still free, and it's a front line that we're not defending. We better move some troops forward so we can defend our own front line, right? I've also spotted, too, the AI has made a mistake and left a gap in the front line. I love to exploit the AI because unconventional ways of playing is my middle name. And then we've grabbed that port. Then we push into that city-state. Then we're going to do... Oh, there's another port that's free. You know what? If the opportunity arises, I will take every possible chance of this. And also, at the same time, they've dropped an Antonia. So I'm going to control right-click. Blue arrow. It's blue. That means it's an attack order. That means that when they've won, they do not advance. Well, this isn't an attack order. See these red, meaning that when they win, they advance forward. Oh my god, what an easy grab. Easy. I feel like right now, I want to move you here, pin them in place. I guess one more guy can move into this space. And a railroad into this front line. I feel like I want to delete the front line, just so the AI doesn't do any stupidness. And then we move into here, and then they're encircled, suffering from an encirclement penalty. Meanwhile, speaking of encirclement, hey, where's these divisions? Here, come on, give me more divisions. So, we've made some encirclements, okay? Here, 3 divisions. So if we go into here, you see this theater, there's this little notebook here. We click this. And if you see here, you can see equipment and battles that are happening at the moment. If you go into equipment, you can see here, these were our losses, okay? See this? 166 infantry equipment were lost. And it also says there on the right, can you see that? 2 of them were captured from the enemy. Also attrition, which as I mentioned earlier, which is something that happens naturally. And you can reduce the amount of attrition by having maintenance companies and also recovered. I told you, recovery is difficult because it doesn't really happen. But when it does happen, it means you recover it back because it was so unbelievably reliable. You got new parts to it, etc., etc. Just imagine a gun that basically has interchangeable parts, and when one part becomes damaged, they can just replace it instantly. Or if the gun's like one solid piece and it gets damaged, you have to replace the whole thing. Does that make sense? Anyway, enemy losses down here, and you can see we've captured 100 equipment from the enemy. There we go. And obviously, you recover quite a lot of captured equipment if you encircle. Encirclement is an advantage. Another encirclement. Boom, another one done. And you go over here, and you can see we've captured 129 equipment. Now, these amounts are quite small. It's because the maintenance company is only level 1, which really sucks. But there's not a lot you can do about it. So they're putting troops on the front now, and they're making an organized attack. We might have to back up to this fort here. But if we manage to make an encirclement here, that'll be very useful. An extra division, and we'll deploy him, and then we'll put you on this front line. You, and you. But these guys are staying here. So I'm going to mark these ones down by saying unassigned to a front line. And that means that it will not automatically move to assign to a front. And they're moving around. So we don't need to defend this port now because we can move to the actual front line, proper front line. Okay, we're having a little bit of trouble with steel at the moment. So I'm going to shift the guns to the top, but support equipment's doing quite well. Training more divisions as we go. We put them on a balanced approach, meaning half the equipment will go to existing divisions on the front, and then the other half will be given to this training division here. So we're training new, but we're trickling them in to maintain the strength of our front as well as keep new divisions flowing in. You might want to adjust that if your front division, line divisions do get more battered and bruised. Another one, and when they land, they're low org, so attack them early so you can knock them out really quickly. And throw their helmets into the air as they surrender. All right, 5 speed, let's go. So I'm going to do this just basically lightning speed. Boom. Another one. Boom. Another one. Another one. Any more? Zara? Let's boom. Another one. Oh, another one. 2 at once. That's right. Don't forget to hold control. You need to see a blue line here. Don't attack unless it's blue. Another one. So just to understand what's going on here, the AI is getting confused because it thinks there's a front line that's undefended, and it's a main priority of the AI to defend its own front lines. And if it's not defending its front lines, it thinks to itself, well, I need to put a division on that front line because I'm going to basically lose a front because someone's just going to walk into the front line like this. Boom, 2 divisions. Another 2. Boom, another one. Let's look at the casualties. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, this is our war. We're apparently in the... Oh, apparently I thought this was a war for Ethiopia. Never mind. Anyway, yeah, 3k losses on our side. This is just general fighting. Not really any major losses, really. 159,000 losses for Italy. That's probably... Maybe we're moving on to a third of their total army size. Oh, 2 divisions. One of them was a mountaineer. Nice. One's a tank division. That means if you go into the notebook here, you can actually see that we've captured 9 tanks for Italy. Okay, right now we're having a shortage of trains. So that's a new thing we're going to have to focus our production on. Trains and also trucks. Top it off. Capture, capture. That's 2 more. Right now, apparently, we're moving supplies by sea. So click on the sea zone. See in the bottom right here. This means all fleets and trade routes can go through here. This means do not proceed unless you have some kind of naval control. This means just plain old, no, do not come into this zone. And that's what we're going to do. And now you can see this trade route here. Can you see this? And this one as well. They disappear. Actually, this one's still disappeared. Oh, because this is Montenegrin. Okay, never mind. And that means we're not going to lose any convoys. We don't have many convoys to lose anyway, so we don't want that to happen. Right now, I think we're trading with France, but maybe just trade with the Soviet Union. That's better because it's going by land, so therefore we don't lose any convoys. All right, Zara. Next one. Next one. Next one. And again. Come on, don't do this to me. Come on, don't do this to me. We have a little cheeky look at Italy right now and got intel. Because we've got intel from them from fighting battles, we've got an idea of how many divisions they've got. And they have 21 to 67. Right now, we're entering a state where I feel like we can demolish them. Right now, we've completely run out of trains because they bombed them all to death. But because our army size isn't really that big, we need the trains is a bit low. So in this case, it's not really hurting us that much. You see that it's yellow here, meaning supply is low. A bit red here. But it doesn't matter because we're not even a nation that has or needs a lot of supply because our army size isn't that big. We just move it all by horse. If you're a big fan of horsepower, well, maybe you want to subscribe to this YouTube channel and see more horsepower. Also, this is something I don't say very often, but if you enjoy this kind of content and you want suggestions on kind of content I should make in future, do you enjoy these exploit videos, minor to major style videos? Let me know. Another one. And another one. No? No takers? Okay, fair enough. One technology that's quite useful in the game is armored trains. So this is a train that has armor, meaning it has to sustain a larger hit on a logistical strike to be knocked out. Might not require 1 cast, it might need to be 3 or 4 simultaneous strikes on this train to knock it out. Plus, it can defend itself with this air attack 18, meaning that it will have an option not only to withstand a cast strike, but it will also fight back and shoot down enemy planes, which is quite useful if you're a nation that doesn't have planes. The only downside, the reason why I didn't go for it, is just at the very start of the game, there's just so many things you need to focus on. We have radio, a little bit late, too late than never, right? If we had radio earlier on, we probably would have had a better opportunity to counterattack in the north. It was a little bit slower to begin with, but that's okay. We'll get in there. Slow and steady wins the race. Maintenance 2. Let's do this. It's a bit ahead of time, but it will give us a bonus to capture ratio by an additional 5%. Nice. Develop the military industry. And of course, that's what we're going to focus primarily on. Right now, we've got excess production, so queue up some more divisions. Right now, the divisions in the north are looking very paper thin. What's the good thing to do is probably take this mountain tile from this tank and then circle these divisions here. Once again, giving them more free equipment. Meanwhile, free equipment, what we at? Captured 1,000 pieces of equipment, which is helping us reinforce our existing army, which is the whole idea of this, really. All right, the AI has gone a bit quiet again, so I'm going to try the sneaky strat I just spoke about earlier. Try and push that tank. Keep an eye on what the AI is doing here. No, it's not working. We'll move the divisions back. I want to always hold in the front line, because if we don't hold the front, we're going to be in a situation where we can get counterattacked. And I'm also going to rush for a little bit of construction. At the moment, there's not really a clear-cut decision on what is the best research to go for, because we can just focus on purely on infantry anyway. We are reaching a point that we have got enough divisions to kind of hold a proper front line here, so it might be a good idea at some point now moving to a bigger division over more divisions. As long as you've got enough to hold the front line, you'll be fine. Hello. Boom. Oh, that was 5 divisions. Was it 5? Okay, they're in a bad state now. Okay, this is a perfect chance to attack. Let's have a little look at the intel. 16 to 66 divisions with only 11% intel, so it's a bit unsure if that's a lot or not many. What I'm going to try and do is push here, but leave a thin layer of divisions on the front. It's looking pretty good, that. So all I need to do is break through here, grab the mountains towards now between here and Austria, and then we've got an encirclement. And it looks doable. Yeah, that's good. All right, attack. Be brutal. And right now, we don't even need that many divisions on this front anymore now. Yeah, we push them in the mountains here. Encirclement. Military, industrial industry. Oh, man, the industry just exploded now. So now we're in a situation where we can import more steel and therefore make the division bigger. And remember, infantry is king in this game, so make lots of big, fat infantry. Another opportunity to push here, which I'm going to try and get an encirclement on Valencia. Can we do it? No, they just break out that second. And I don't think they've got that many divisions to hold the front. Yeah, are we done now? Yeah, we are. Okay, boom. Zara, off you go. Control B to get to the front nice and quick. Aggressive. Push. And push. Okay, right now, you're in a situation where you have considerably more divisions than them, okay? So right now, you don't want to be pushing front lines to attack. You want to be making encirclements on the front. That's the luxury that you've got because you have more divisions. This is basically how you win every civil war in Hoi 4. We're also going to go for a devolved Croatia as well. Why not? Also, if you want more divisions, you can actually ask for them from your puppet states. I actually forgot about that. Click on individually one by one. And some of them have got 1 division, some of them have got 2, 3. You can just add them onto your existing army. Once again, you can just plow the front line with loads of militia. Once again, don't forget, don't win those battles. Just go around the battles. And remember, shift right-clicking is the way forward with that. Okay, right now, the AI is reluctant to push. And why? Because one, you don't have a front line order, so we had one of those in. Activate the battle plan again. Put them on aggressive, and because the supply is low, they're a little bit reluctant to push. It's okay, it is what it is. They're a bit scared. I get it. I get it. Be aware in this situation, though, you're pushing forward here, and you could put yourselves into a situation you could get encircled. So just FYI, go here, then go here. And then you go here through the mountains. Remember, going through the mountains is a little bit slow. Oh, we've got an opportunity for encirclement. I'll take that. No, okay. Okay, a bunch of divisions has just appeared out of thin air. This is actually a really bad situation for me because now they're able to get an encirclement on me. We're going to attack here, and then this front. Railroad to the front and go here, and then we make an encirclement on you, which is good. Remember, this is important. Why is this important? Because then we can make encirclements again and then capture their equipment. Meanwhile, equipment and captures, how are they going? 54,000 losses for the Italians, and we've captured 1,349. You know what? That ratio is kind of piss poor, to be honest with you. We can do better than them. Those are rookie numbers. Devolved Croatia, and that has given us another division. Once again, on the front line. So this division is classed as a veteran, which has a 75% attack bonus. Oh, do you know what? And the division is actually not that bad. For the start of the game, that's actually a decent-sized division. Infantry expert, and we can go for an infantry specialist. And then we can assign infantry specialist, giving a nice, fat, juicy attack bonus. Also, we can go for a university. Finally, push them towards the port. Breaking them still a bit difficult, though, because there's a lot of divisions packed in here. And the supply situation is not great either. What you can do is go down to commandeer civilian trains, giving a bonus of 15% trains at a cost of 5 stability and some political power. Then we can select the dude and click motorization priority. And this will give us a boost of supply. And just the lack of trucks is what's hurting us at the moment. Interesting. The Italians have not joined the Axis, but the Germans are asking us to join their faction. It's like a switcheroo, isn't it? Ah, we are now the Italians. Usually helpful for just overall firepower, and that is to get your doctrines done. So military theorists, and we'll do boring, I know, ground battle plan. Here we are again. Ground battle plan, once again, it's just one of the best doctrines when it comes down to just raw overall firepower, which you get from planning bonus. Boom! Occupied territory. Transfer the territory to my puppet, which is very good for me because I'm getting resistance, and that's what was eating all my equipment. Yep, that was eating all of my equipment. Now the push southwards, which we can also do another thing, is request 22 divisions from the Italians. Boom. I'm going to do the classic right click on Sicily strategy. So therefore I don't get bogged down over the strait. Boom! Encirclement. Okay, I couldn't break the mountains here in the west, but I went eastward and go across the boot. And I managed to get around it. Can we get over the strait though? That's the question. I think that's doable. Boom! And we also get Italy as well. So what's the right take here? Do we give everything to the Italian puppet? We don't have enough war score to do that. Is this going to create a really weird peace conference? I think it is. One of those classic peace conferences where there's not enough war score to go around. What I was hoping to do here is give them war reps, but because I didn't puppet them during the peace conference, it doesn't give you the option to do that. Oh, that really sucks. I was hoping to gain a bunch of civilian factories. That sucks. Oh, it is what it is. Boom! Surely we're a major power. If you want to know if you're a major, you go into the national market, then you click diplomacy at the bottom. Then you click on open country list, then you click on the majors. China, France, Germany, Japan, Soviet Union, United Kingdom, and United States. Well, Italy's no longer on the list. I think China has replaced Italy. I am close to a major anyway. I'm super close. So soon, lads. Soon. Next thing we're going to do is Serbia's steel, which gives steel in this state. And you can back it up with some infrastructure to gain even more steel. It's a multiplier, so do it. And next up, I'm going to build all our mills inside of Italy. Because that are going to be handed to us then because they're a puppet status. You go into here, you can actually see they're a Reichsprotectorate, and we can make them more integrated. We'll gain more of their military factories. Hey, this guy looks pretty good. Constitutional philosopher. Stability. Something we desperately need. And also, we're going to do some working conditions because I want stability. Yugoslavia has never been up on that stability thing. Meanwhile, also anti-air is going to be a requirement, so we'll start pumping out a row of that. So you've seen the strategy now. They lose half of their military by encircling Zara. I mean, you could do the same here with Albania if you wanted to. Just be aware the place you're attacking is plains, otherwise you're going to have a really hard time breaking it. Another example you could do it is Gibraltar here. A little bit more difficult because it's hills, but Britain will land into it over and over and over again until they're blue in the face. Plus, any situation where a naval invasion happens, let's say Britain does a naval invasion here or USA, then you push them all the way back to this one province, and then you can repeatedly counterattack this location. But don't take it. Be aware if you're in a faction and allies are in the war too, they may take it for you, which is frustrating. So it only really works if you're a one-nation faction. And also be aware, this is urbans, there's rivers as well, so that might be more difficult to take back. If they put like 30 or 50 divisions in one province, you might find yourself in a situation where you might not be able to take it. But be aware, because it's one province and they can't retreat, just keep attacking it over again and deorg. 11 more divisions. Ooh, manpower's a problem. I think we could request... Oh, you can't request manpower support because we don't have any resistant territories. Ooh, okay. So in this case, we have to mobilize. We are on volunteer only, so should be thankful. Okay, Serbian steel gives 16 steel, and because we've got infrastructure, it goes from 6 to 36. Plus, we're going to add more infrastructure to make it go higher. Now we need to finish our focus tree because we have to do this thing where we balkanize ourselves, which is kind of funny if you think about it. Balkanize, and I'm the Balkans, and this is where the term balkanize comes from, and there's a focus tree to let you balkanize yourself. Come on, that's really funny, right? You may laugh. Isn't it kind of strange that I was offered to join the Axis? I'm a bit confused by that one. And Ethiopia is now independent. Okay. Surprising end to the Ethiopian struggle. No one saw that one coming. So the reason why I didn't take any of the territory of Italy is, well, for two reasons. One, I get to take advantage of it without having to occupy the region. You can see, look, the resistance in these areas is quite high. Why? Because they don't have the equipment to keep them down. And it's just a problem I don't want to have to deal with. I'll let the manpower of Italy get eaten into. They're offering me to join the Axis. What do you think, guys? I think I've done the opposite with this and fought against the Germans, but I think it's going to be way more fun to fight against the Allies. That doesn't mean I'm going to have to do a big tech switch right now. Otherwise, I'm going to be very vulnerable. Well, the Axis has never looked more weird. Okay, let's do the tech switch. All right, we need planes. So we're going to have to go for engine 2, which we don't have. We're going to have to go for Hungary. I kid you not, we need Hungary. There's a chance they might get guaranteed by the Allies. Yeah, they will. Okay, well, that was a waste of time. Once again, we've caused world tension, so Britain sees us as a problem. We do have aluminium, actually, so that wouldn't have actually helped us. Do you know what, actually? We're actually in the state we actually can have an air force. It's just the rubber we don't have. And as classic things goes with this, you should probably go for the rubber immediately. Yeah, because it's one of the longest techs in the game. 300 days. Research that. It's best to get that one out of the way first. All right, so how do we win? Best way of winning is to get Gibraltar and get Suez and then control the Med. And that way I don't have to worry about naval invasions into Italy. And to do that, I need this front line covered and this one covered. And I would like to take a bit of France too, but it's still going to go to Vichy anyway, so it's kind of pointless. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And a boop, boop. And then a railway, whoop. And then we do a port here, and then we do a whoop, whoop. And there we go. Actually, don't think about it. We don't need that middle one. So here's the plan. We build the mill, and we build the railways. Go here, and then exercise everyone to level 3. Everyone max prioritization for supply. Okay, this final one, we can give away some of our territory to our neighbors, which is not going to happen. Or we can fortify, or we can do autonomy for Transylvania. We'll just fortify, because you can pick one of the 3, so why not? Boom, let's mobilize. Limited conscription. Okay, we now just have to hope the AI will hold the Alps and Corsica, Sardinia. Wow, our navy is so small to say we're meant to be controlling the Med. This could go surprisingly badly. Don't want to be importing any equipment right now because that eats into our civilian factories. If you're not aware, if you import 8 steel from any nation, you lose 1 civilian factory, so that goes away from your production. All right, a United Kingdom! And basically, we reunite the kingdoms, basically. So you basically say, everyone's independent, and then all of a sudden you're like, no, not really. I've never done this path before. Towards independence, which just creates a faction between all the minor powers in the Balkans. I actually kind of want to do this path just because it looks so rubbish. I love selecting rubbish path. Anyway, if anyone guys are interested in that, comment below saying I'd really like to see that awful path, Dave. And also, don't forget to subscribe. Logistical focus, get that supply up. Bold attacks, always a good one. And you know what? It's opposite day. Professor officer course? Nah, proper heritage. Big horses are always my favorite. All right, and we need anti-air too. What I'm going to try and do is big divisions and then just rely on the manpower. Fuel storage, then synthetic oil experiments. And yeah, we said we were going to focus on air, so we have to do that. So we're going to need bombs. That's right, we've not invented the bomb. Seems a bit of a weird one, that one, doesn't it? You may have the biggest navy in the world and you've got like full of torpedoes on your cruisers and submarines, but all of a sudden you're having to research air-launched torpedoes. You know, now I think about that, it does actually make perfect sense. It's not that dumb anyway. Okay, fair enough. Oh, I changed my mind pretty quickly on that one. Wow, Dave, you're really focusing on air right now. You're not kidding. We also need this one too, because we need to reduce... Oh, it's aluminium. It's the rubber I need to reduce. Okay, well, I'll go for range improvements then. German pressure. That's nice. German pressure. I'm in Germany's faction now. The harsh propagandist gains extra war support penalty reduction by 50%. Yes. Yes. Right, build the ports here. They're not quite high enough, though. You need at least 3. 1, 2, 3... And 1, 2, 3. This one's not too bad, though. Oh, we're building another one in Tripoli? What? Oh, we've not finished this one. That's why. Okay, that's why the supply is bad. The United Kingdom! Guarantee religious liberalism freedoms. Yeah, we give them freedom, guys, and then we annex them. It all makes sense, trust me. All right, supply. Is it good now? Ah, perfect supply. And then we build loads of mills inside of Italy. Prepare the defense. So what you want to do is reduce their autonomy down from this status, which is a Serbian Italy. Is that what they're called? Serbian Italy. They are. From Serbian Italy, from a Reich protectorate down to a integrated puppet. I think I broke the game, guys, because that's not what it's called. It should be a Reich. It should be a Reich Commissariat. It goes from Reich's protectorate to Reich's Commissariat. It says here integrated puppet. I broke the game, guys. What's the difference? This one gives you 25% of civs to the master and 65% of mills to the master. But integrated puppet gives 25 to the master, 75 to... Okay, it doesn't make much difference. As you can see here, the number is ticking down because we're building inside of our puppet. See, the number of the autonomy is 603, and as I'm unpausing the game, it's ticking down because I'm building inside of my puppet. All right, guaranteed liberties, bombs, heavy machine guns. What a combination. And unite the kingdoms. Ununite the kingdoms, that's right. Hey, we created a balkanized Balkans, and now we're going to un-balkanize. All right, the plane stuff is well on its way now. Do we go for the plane engine as well? Yeah, sure. All right, so it has to be a multi-role, but primarily focused towards fighting. So if you tech into planes early on, you can play catch-up pretty quickly. It's just getting into the planes initially. You just have to be prepared for it. Plan ahead. Is that what strategy games are about? Planning ahead? No? Yeah? No? Anyway, make the division bigger. Can you do that? Hover over it and it'll say, yes, you have 180,000 manpower and you have 43k available. You know, I read those numbers completely wrong, but we had enough because it wasn't red. Yes, Dave. You do know how to play this game. You are very good at this game. Oh, geez, thanks, Dave. So as you're building mills inside of Serbia, or Serbian Italy, a proportion of those mills are returning to me to use as a part of my industry. So look, that is the size of my nation. See the one green right there? We're very small, very green. But if you look here, we have 39 factories total. Can't see that, my cursor's over it. 20 of those factories are mills and 19 are civilians. There you go. Big industry, small nation. Germany has declared war on Poland. Let me join the war, please. And that means we can immediately start to make encirclements. It's best to manually move them here. Oh, I need to bring my puppet into the war. Boom. We want to make encirclements initially, so I'm probably going to go for something like this. But I'm also going to split them to try and go a little bit bigger. Also, we can push on this side too. Something like this. Try and focus on both sides to get good encirclements. Remember, encirclements will result in more captured equipment. Make a push. They're trying to break out. And we break through here. Push, push, push. And we break here. And in the north. Oh, can we make it? Squeeze. Push. Push. Ah, no! Or maybe we could just push into the north here and get an encirclement in the south. Pushing in both directions, which kind of can hurt you sometimes. Anyway, United Kingdoms. Boom! We're Yugoslavia again. Hey, welcome back. And all the divisions now are ours again. We just reassign them to the front line anyway. Oh, it was really certain I can get encirclement here. Anyway, on the other hand, another encirclement opportunity as we push to the north. We've got loads of mills again, so we are going to be buying lots of guns. The issue right now is we need manpower because we need to make a division bigger. So we're going to go extensive conscription. We can end the regency as well, which we'll take care of that later on once our heir has grown up. You know, let's get a university because we need more tech. And then we're also going to make this division bigger. We're going to go for the meta of a 36 width, but we're not going to have the manpower for that just yet. Well, or the XP either. Division with the same name already exists. Okay, we'll call that 2. Okay, that'll do. Hey, encirclement. I look away and success. Feel like a gambler, isn't it? You know, like you look away and you're winning then, you know what I mean? You don't want to look at the actual roulette where it lands on. This is a really annoying part of the world because you are going to really, really struggle to break through. As I say that, I break through. Okay, never mind. All the way to LL, I mean. Make a push, make a push, make a push. Break, 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 break. And there you go. And then you make another encirclement. And if you look really closely, you can see what you're capturing again. And see, 471 equipment has been captured. Nice. Grab Alexandria, and you've won. Oh, and they've got lots of divisions here, so we're probably not going to be able to grab Alexandria. But sorry, if we push this far, make these levels of encirclements, I think I'm quite happy of how things are going. Same again, we're going to build another railway because we need to push again. End of the day, this land's not going to matter so much because this is going to get given to Vichy. Yeah, Poland's doing well. That's good. All right, we need air XP, so we need a chief of the Air Force. We'll go for ground support, and then we can start making our divisions. The GNC, we're losing land. Oh, no. Yeah, this is not good for us here, so we're going to back up all the way back. Meanwhile, troops here, get on the front again. I feel quite confident go for the 36 width here. It's a little bit early, but I don't mind just being in a deficit and just working my way back. Oh, no, I've got the guns for that. Oh, I've got so many guns for that. Okay, we are behind on steel now. I'm going to have to do a little import from the Soviet Union. My best friend, the Soviets. They're having a really hard time getting on the front here. We might have to pull back. Once again, I don't mind being in a situation where I've got the supply on my side. Yeah, there we go. Now we can actually hold. Yeah, that's good. Hold position, just wait. As I mentioned before, this land won't be given to us anyway because this will be controlled by Vichy France. Oh dear, the supply situation is not pretty good. Just need to wait for Germany to knock out France. They are pushing through the Alps right now, so maybe they'll knock them out early. Who knows? Right now, we change our divisions by doubling the size of them. So you can see a lot of the strength on these is quite low. See the orange bar here. So what we're doing is waiting for reinforcements to arrive as we're training new troops. Right now, that's put that divisions at a bit of a disadvantage. That's why it's not a good idea to change divisions while they're actually in combat. Time to start focusing towards air. So we'll make our very first plane. We'll put it auto upgrade it to the engine 2. And we're just going to go for a plain old air superiority fighter. Heavy machine gun. Yep. Right now, I can't do anything else with it because I haven't got the rubber for self-sealing. Armor plates are very heavy. I think I'm just going to go for something that's quite balanced. It's not really a state-of-the-art design, but it's got stats to win air battles, and that's kind of what I'm going with. The lack of Myo is really hurting me. I don't have any Myos until you go for the focus for it. This is one of these ones down here. I think to yourself, what's more useful to me right now? I'm going to go for the civilian factories, centralized management. Yeah, I think the Myo is actually a good idea for me right now. Local developers. Focus is just take a while to research, that's all. Right now, an issue we've run into is they're gaining more autonomy because of the battles they're involved in. Yeah, they've gained 62 autonomy from contributing to the war score. It is what it is. Using this front line here is a good idea because you can exploit the AI once again by doing encirclement. This Italian division is causing me problems, so I'm going to grab that division from them and be like, nobody, can you not do that, please? Get over there. We can do something like this. Pushing across the desert here, so it's quite easy to do. Southern France, naval invasion. Interesting. I'm going to do a push here. Push. And then that's an encirclement. Camels. We can do the same again here by pushing this way. You can see that some of these are tank divisions, so they'll be more useful for doing these big pushes. Camels, horses, tanks move quicker, so therefore I can make these encirclements. Right now, we have massive production cap, and we have a surplus of guns, so I'm going to change the guns over. Another encirclement, and that's some more guns for me. I always like to do this, but not sure how effective it is. I'm going to try and push for Alexandria. If you can grab Alexandria, well, I suppose you're winning, aren't you? But if you can't, then we can get encirclement on Alexandria. That could actually be enough to take them out. Right, we're counter-attacking in the north here. Focuses, local developers. Right now, as you can see, the supply situation is so bad. Okay, we're going to get an encirclement on them and do a start. Oh, he's sick. Oh, come on, bro. You had one job and you just arrive in the desert and you instantly, oh, I've got ill, I've got malaria. Oh, come on, bro. Right, can we push? Supply is so bad, so our ability to attack is so restricted. Now we're doing no damage. That's okay. Sometimes you gotta call your L's, haven't you? You know, you can't win them all. So we're just gonna pull out and attack another day. When there's no supply, you can't win, so it is what it is. All right, push through the lowlands, and the Germans are winning. Good. Oh, British tank. Possible we could do a horse attack. 1, 2, a little 3. And there we go. More doctrines, soft attack breakthrough, very useful. How many divisions do we have of our 36 girthy one? If we go into army and click equipment details. Actually, no, that's not true. It's actually here. We have 42 of those. They're the right division type, though. Let me just change the icon. We'll go for the bullet. If you go into here, you can see we have... oh, it still says 42. Oh, it just says infantry overall. It doesn't actually specifically say division type. What you could do is summarize them. You have to count them. Counting in this game? I'm not doing that. Okay, the fighter model, next one's about to be done, so make sure you click auto upgrade. But we're going to need the next model of engine, because otherwise it's going to be overweight. And it is. Yep, so I'd have to remove the turret to actually make it take off. I've got to replace that with something else. So 16 weight, 15 thrust, so we can add something on that's small. Maybe a smaller turret. Yeah, we'll go for the small one. Make a push into the desert. Encirclement. Boom. Video is all about making that one encirclement over and over again, isn't it? Seems to be a pattern. Anyway, let's push for Alexandria again. You might get lucky, actually, and just find that Alexandria is empty. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Okay, which one is the light aircraft design? Oh, it's this one, Icarus. And once again, they've got one division there, and that's all they need. Retreat back. It was fun, boys. I tried. Alternatively, if you've got fast division, I suppose you could try and grab maybe Cairo and grab the Suez. Either one of these two. It might be a good idea in future when I go over that area to double check that area just to see if I can do that. Might be an empty port. Anyway, we're back in action now. Vichy is established. Okay, I think the North Africa strategy is not going to work for me. No, it's not going to work for me. What I'm going to do is create an alternative to this, and he's going to have a bomb and range. And this is just going to be, oh, it's a carrier-based one. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. You didn't see nothing. Maybe we'll have a little turret on it as well, just to give it some roundness. Yeah, torpedo. We don't actually have torpedoes, so I have to do bomb lock. Okay, well, it'll be a cast then, I guess. What I want to do now is build enough planes to strike the sea region to get rid of all the convoy raiders. Otherwise, I will not be able to bring my divisions back. Small bomb has been replaced with a big bomb. All right, we can reduce the autonomy of Italy. When we click this, we go from 68 factories to 68 factories. I think that's bugged. This is one of those moments where it's best to reload the save game. Let me do that. 68, remember that number. There we go. 107 factories. You have to reload the save game because it's bust. Just FYI, that's important because look, we've gone from 5 mils on guns to almost half the columns filled out. So be aware of that. That's important. Don't miss out on that free attack. All right, we've got air forces now, so we're going to bomb the sea. Right now, with the lack of radar, that is a big problem. So, a bit late to go for radar attack, wouldn't it? Better late than never. Okay, we are hitting things, and we lost 2 bombers. It's the convoys we want, or the convoy raiders we want. All right, we got Icarus, so we've got our Mayo. So we assign it, and then we also upgrade, which now is free. which gives us agility, max speed, and air attack. All good bonuses. Plus now we can play big catch-up. Production. Attack, 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 attack. There we go. Good. More air. Deploy. Yay, we're actually hitting things now. Once again, the idea is to hit the subs. And they're the ones doing the convoy raiding. Ah, we can actually leave here now. It's a bit of a risk, though. Engine 3. Big engine. And now, with the bigger engines, we've got the ability to add more stuff on. In this case, we are going to do a multi-roll. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to get air superiority first. Yeah, I'll do air superiority first. And you know what you do. When you've got organizer, you do logistics wizard. Reducing supply is a biggie. Yay! Oh, hang on. Thought we'd sunk something. No, we didn't sunk anything. No. There's me getting excited about losing my own allies' ships. Yeah. Oh, boo. No, that's not what we want, Dave. Here we are. Can we break this? As always, push into the desert. Trying to get the encirclement. Oh, wow. We can't actually break. Air control? No. Oh, the supply is too bad. All right, Vichy, France. 25 days. Let's go. The main man. Push into Vichy, France. Okay, this is kind of weird because they're not really a puppet of Germany, so you get to push into them and do everything you need to do. All right, my allies joined, and now we can push. No, we can't push. You gonna join the war? Radar is what we want. We don't have a spy, so we have to hire a spy. Air specialist, I like him, I like his hat. And then we need to go for a radar. We can get the breakthrough immediately. That's really good. Low supply. It's a capital. How could I have low... Oh, it's not low supply. It's because he's inexperienced. Okay. The spy's first job. Okay. It's his first day. Okay. 16 more divisions. On the front. New general. Ah, there we go. We're busting through. So they are guaranteed by Germany, but because you're in the same faction, the guarantee by Germany gets ignored. And then you can start justifying on Spain. You know where this is going, right? I just need to grab Gibraltar to secure the Mediterranean. That's all I'm doing. And that will just eliminate this supply issue. Therefore, I can bring more troops back home. Gonna go down the left path for max planning, which is just free damage. You don't have to put any more production or equipment into it, and you get free damage out of it. So, best for minor powers. Oh, never mind. Naval invasion. This is the reason why we have to lock down the Suez, because stuff like this is going to just keep happening. They naval invade, and then they just land, and then they don't do anything about it. Classic AI. When you actually have an advantage, you don't even use it. Many fronts have opened up. We got Greece now. We have the Middle East with Iraq, and then me pushing westwards from Vichy. Anyway, regardless. Front line, Spain. Let's go. Max planning, 57%. Is it enough to break the Pyrenees? Come on, join the war, please. Join the war! Whoosh! All right, we're going to go service by requirement, regretfully. Oh, no, we actually can't. We have not got enough war support. Ooh. Press all the buttons. And then service by requirement. Big push into Spain. Supply is terrible. Situation here is, once again, also terrible. We're not getting enough spotting. Without the lack of spotting, we just can't get rid of any ships. You get enough planes, you get more overall spotting, but still the detection isn't high enough. Meanwhile, Greece has fallen. Landing craft is done. You know where this is going. Okay, advanced landing craft is a bit of a push. We'll not do that one. And here is the gem we wanted. We wanted Gibraltar. It is done. Whoa! We capped Spain! Like the Navy, if possible. Okay, we'll have North Africa too, and then we'll also have the Balearic Islands. Gee, thanks, Germany, for holding the western flank. Thanks for that. However, we don't need the western flank, because we can go for this flank. The southern flank. Ah, no one suspected the southern flank, did they? And if you grab Casablanca and Oran, this area is locked down. Oh, we're getting so much land XP. Another one. Desperately need convoys right now. Is there anyone who can beg for convoys? Ask for... Request land lease, convoys. 30 convoys, that's very good. Romania? Bulgaria? They're going to send me 0 convoys. Gee, thanks, Bulgaria. Actually, I'll pop it. Okay, rubber processing's paying off. Made a few refineries at home, so we've got a little bit of production going now. Casablanca, let's go! There we go. Okay, and as you can see, convoy rating is pretty intense right now, but we're actually finally hitting subs. More planes. Vichy, France is finally capped. What is this? Come on, don't get too greedy. There we go. Pinned in. See, doing any kind of push, which is a naval invasion, when you've not got full air control and you've knocked out convoys and you've not got a navy to back it up, is just, well, in this case, as you can see, it's a bit of a suicide mission. All right, there we go. We're actually hitting subs now. Big air losses, but it's what you got to do to win the naval game. Oh, now those are some good numbers. Okay, that means the med is slowly shifting towards the axis. This is good. And with it, so goes my air control. I'm going to go down the left path. That's the quickest I can get agility as well as dogfighting experience. You know what's really annoying is radar is such an essential technology. It's probably the only one that you probably cannot go without on the experimental facilities. But there's no way to trade for it. You've got this breakthrough technology and there's no way of trading for it. Technology sharing is something you can usually go for, but doesn't apply in this circumstance. And it wouldn't make any difference anyway, because I still wouldn't be able to get any bonuses for experimental facility. That's just normal tech. All right, max planning. Whoosh. One focus I could go for is the air production, making planes cheaper, then I can pump them out in numbers. Radar! At last! Radar tech, let's go. 20% bonus. Doesn't say why. Lack of industry is killing me, but I've been reducing the autonomy of Italy, so that means delete Italy. And I've gone from 109 factories, 145 factories to 109. Do I have to reload the game again? I think I do. Reload! 107 factories. Okay, it was actually correct. I think what's happening is I've got brutal oppression on, so I need to go for local police force. But the only issue with local police force is it eats a lot of equipment. Oh, never mind. I was minus 2,000. Now I'm plus 12k. But you will get lots of resistance here, so it's going to cause issues. I suppose what I have to do is be selective. So, Free France, brutal. Greece, brutal. The TLDR here is, if it's a nation that's in exile, you want to be as hard as possible with them because they suffer from big penalties when it comes down to their resistance. However, if it's not a nation in exile, you might want to build compliance, and that's what I'm going to do. You don't gain any compliance from annexing a puppet, which is kind of annoying. And we push and recapture all of Africa because we lost it, apart from this little port. They're doing the exploit on me. They've heard about my exploit, and they're like, oh, that's interesting. Italy just built an experimental facility, and it's an air one. On the front, planning bonus. Oh, you need a front line to build planning bonus. Whoops. Planning, which is this blue bar here. And you can see it is maximum 84, and we're at 66. Yeah, the number goes up. Do lots of damage. And it's free damage. I love free damage. Boom. And we're going to make sure we attack. We're getting encirclement on Tripoli first. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, supply is too bad. I tried. One thing we have inherited now is a navy. However, it is a busted navy because the Italian fleet has been engaged in the Allied fleet. So it is a horrendously small fleet than I would have liked. Yeah. It's got a few capital ships then. I guess when you get the first opportunity to annex them, my advice is to annex them. Don't miss that one opportunity. Bit of radar now, and the detection rate's gone up. So we're actually able to hit those convoy raiders. Time to make a breakout here. Will I actually break out? Probably not, but I get to make a split between east and west here, which is going to be big. Because my guys are arriving in the west. I've really checked on the capturing of equipment in a while. Have a look. It's a cheeky peek. 137,000 equipment lost for the Allies. 7,000 of them have been captured for me. Need them badly at the moment, because for the first time in the game, I'm actually behind on guns. The Imperial State of Iran has signed a white peace for a puppet. For a puppet of Britain. I never even knew that was a thing. There's something really strange here. There's a port in this region that isn't there at the start of the game. So either the AI is hard-coded to build a port here, or an event gives it them here. This is the first time I've ever seen this happen. And it needs to happen because this is a nightmare region to fight. Supply in this region, not good. All right, next stage of the plan. Ask for control of Normandy. Classic. Build radar. Build airport. Okay, little recap. Holding West Africa. Few attacks eastwards. Can't really break them though. Is what it is. Did make a landing in Sicily that's causing me a lot of problems. And then, of course, planning a naval invasion of Britain. Inevitable. Big push across the desert. Max planning. Oh, so many divisions on this port, but we break it. Ooh, but possibility for an encirclement here. Can we do it? Oh, the pinning is in. Get out of there. Okay, we got an encirclement for a few. Alexandria, can we finally get the Suez? Yes! Go, go, go. Easy. Well, actually not easy. This was like the fourth attempt, so not very easy. Navy! Consisting of old crappy Italian ships, a few Spanish, and the navy we started the game with. A weird situation in the Middle East, because now Britain is a puppet of Iraq and Iran. That means I have to slide through the entirety of the Middle East. To go to the Raj. Oh, Siam. Hey, and Japan's wrapped up. Okay. Well, this looks like an Axis victory. 34% naval supremacy. We need... Oh, we captured Sicily. Then we're kind of struggling to grab Rome back. There we go. Grab them back. That must mean the vast majority of the equipment I own right now is foreign. Time for the end for this chapter. 20% control. And we need our CAS. So get into position, CAS. And any excess planes as well. Get the rest. Go here. Naval strike. We're hitting subs. That's good. Naval supremacy, 48%. We only need 50% to do a naval invasion. We're so close. All we have to do is knock out a few ships and then we're there. Usually, with it being so paper thin, all of a sudden there'll be one engagement and then the odds will flip in the opposite direction. And we're off. Now, this is going to be mostly dependent on close air support because we need to be hitting them hard with as many bombs as we can. The minute we land, we have to start making encirclements, particularly on ports. Go here. Oh, they got like 30 divisions or 20 divisions here. We do secure Dover, though, so that's a win. We have more divisions on our end, so we need to bring those forward. Pull us another 16. We'll bring those forward. I'm going to put you guys on landing naval invasion support. So that means they'll do shore bombardment. All right, Portsmouth's down. The rest of the boys are coming now. God, there's so many divisions. Don't mess around, bads. Go, 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 go. This is only possible to keep going due to the insane amount of cast damage I'm doing. Oh, those cast numbers. When you're hitting 10 ticks per attack, it's just too much. Hey, bush. As always with minor powers, you're always having issues catching up technologically and keeping it with the production of all the powers in the game. But look at me. I'm little old Yugoslavia, and look at all that I've accomplished. The front lines now are secured. United Kingdom, Africa, well, North Africa and the Middle East is now under Axis control. Japan is big. How big is Japan? Oh, they've still got a monstrous navy. What about the USA Navy? Also monstrous as well. And my navy is insignificant. In short, yes, this exploit still works. It does give you a lot of captured equipment. And don't forget, this division works incredibly well. But be aware, you will take some manpower losses, and probably the biggest shortcoming of this strategy is lack of manpower. If your name is on screen, I salute you. I love you. It's because you've hit the join button, you've watched this video earlier than everyone else, and if you've gone this far, you might as well subscribe. You want more of this? This is what I do. Goodbye, fellow Yugoslavs.